Some of these names. Oh my goodness. Onii-chan. I mean, Black Asylum is on that side, so sure. Onii-chan. I'm probably gonna spell that really badly. You can correct me in the stream if I spelled that wrong. I probably did. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game of the night, XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Hilton. Wraith is here, though he's sitting too low for you to see his mouth. And we're gonna start off with a Irelia band.
Is that better?
As Frostbutt Irelia is not going to be played this game now that she has been updated with her fancy new looks. We have yet to see her in game actually, with her fancy new arts, skins, and everything. So, oh, there we go. It's 102 eyes. I apologize. Paprika.
No cure for fools.
I've been to a few places making waffle fries. There's a place I used to live near that did brine fries seasoned with paprika, fried scallops, and a few other things. Wow, that sounds crazy. Oh, Team 1, that's Bananas. Oh, we should have named Team 1 Bananas. That would be pretty cool. In honor of Bananas' plays in the last game. But Jax Bandaway, as well as Yasuo, some of these very hard carry champions. We've talked about how Jax can really do well regardless of how he gets in a game. Yasuo, we saw in the first game, did decently well, was able to 1v1 Riven in the laning phase, though in the teamfight phase he definitely started to suffer. Lee Sin, banned away from Team Waffle Fries, doesn't want that dealing in the jungle. Going to be moving around quite heavily, going for some ganks. But what I'm interested in knowing is if some of the more OP champions that we've seen played before, like the Alawi or the Tristana, make it into this game. Because we've seen Tristana both games so far tonight, and she's extremely good at pushing turrets. Also, will we see the legendary Jhin played, or will that be something that is hidden away? So, can you pause the game? No, we actually can't pause in picks and bans.
I think you mean legendary.
Okay, so somebody jumped out, I think, so that the game was paused. Oh, Orpheus says he has to take care of his kids real quick. Oh, one rub left the lobby anyway. So, all right, well, we're back to waiting. Ormas has to take care. When you joke about being in Wood Division, Jake agrees. I mean, I'm in Wood Division, so I'm less agreeing that you're in Wood
Hey, you
Division
two can hang out.
and more saying that I'm there with you. So, a little different.
He just called you Wood again. He just said, don't worry, he's Wood too. Jake thinks you're bad. It's confirmed. Do you feel the judgment?
No, I'm bad. Bananas, you could not be in Wood Division when you play that Pantheon. That was crazy. Well, Tigers, you're gonna play some Divinity. All right, well, good to see you hanging out, though I actually don't know much about Divinity. That's not a new game, is it? I think it's been out for a while. So. It's been out for a few months. Okay. I'm not sure. I need to check in on what Divinity is all about. I've been watching actually a decent amount of Fortnite, which, hey, can we talk about how mess it is? Double S family. Okay. I don't know if I really want to talk about that. That is some serious, like dark. That is serious darkness. And for me, I think that while there is value in shining light on darkness, at a certain point, it's not worth bringing darkness into things a bit too much. Yeah, it's a heavy topic. And honestly, my personal hope, I was thinking about this earlier today while I was sitting at work, was I really hope that everyone just leaves him the heck alone. Like, really good friends, like maybe TSM members because they were kind of his family, obviously Liquid, they should all be with him, but everyone else just needs to let him be and give him some serious space, because That's one of the biggest things. I know that when I had a death in my family, and how tragic that was, the last thing I wanted was 1,000 people messaging me and saying, "How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Orphans is back. We can start it up." So, but if you guys pray, definitely pray for him. Pray for his family, because that's some tough stuff to handle. If you don't pray, that's fine. But obviously, you know, just reach out to... One of the things, I'm going to say this as we go back into the picks and bans, which is probably very similar to what we saw previously, is, and Wraith can obviously share his thoughts as well, is that sometimes, especially when it's third party, and you can't interact necessarily with Doublelift, unless you try to go find his account, message him, or go onto his stream and send a message or something. Otherwise, us as third party people aren't really going to be able to do that much to impact him directly. However, what we can do is in times like this, remember that our family is also still real, and so maybe it is time to call that brother that you haven't talked to in forever. Maybe it is time to call that mom that you haven't seen in a really long time. Maybe it is time to rebuild some connections with that friend that you haven't been able to see in several years, and that you used to be like really good friends. It's a reminder that life is short, and that sometimes things happen, and so
Yeah, the way I've started looking at things over the years is that, you know, all of the stuff that really needs to be done in your life is that those things that are out there. It's like, you know, I'll get those done someday. Eventually, one day, I'm gonna have that conversation. I'm gonna make that call. I'm gonna tell them how much they mean to me. One day, and then suddenly, one day's gone, and that's what I hear so often, that, you know, you wish you reach out. And, you know, I've noticed some things in my life that I really want to, I don't want to be put in a position where I had some things that I wish I'd said that I hadn't, that I didn't say.
You want your last conversation with the people that you have those conversations with to be a good one. End on a good note with everyone you talk to. I mean, seriously, if either the person that you're talking to or you were to pass away, don't let the last conversation you have with somebody be a fight. That's just nasty, and really just a sad place to be. But we are into this game, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting, real talk with Jay Kelton and Wraith. About life and the meaning of happiness and everything. But no, instead we are going to see the OP Jinky Toast playing Alawi once again. Last game had a difficult time in the top lane versus the Pantheon. This time around, going to be facing off against Commander C on the Scion, one of my favorite top laners to play. His charge is just fun, and Ormast is picking up the Warwick. Now, it's not Dong Dong playing super speedy Warwick, but maybe he'll build a similar path. We'll have to see. As Soulfight, first time playing tonight. Thank you, welcome to the stream. He's played before. Soulfight's not new to the stream, but first time playing tonight. Is picking up Braum for the bottom lane. So let me get the laydown on you real quick, Wraith, on who you think, besides Lucian, obviously, is the well-known classic combo with Braum for the fast attack speed. But other than Lucian, who do you think combos well with Braum in the bottom lane?
Caitlyn. Caitlyn comes immediately to mind. Braum procs his Winter's Bite passive. Caitlyn both has the range to abuse it and the follow-up CC with the traps. She works in kind of the same way as she does with Morgana. A little bit more difficult to execute with the Braum, as there are multiple more auto attacks that need to be landed. However, Braum Caitlyn is an incredibly potent lane and has the added defense that's really nice to have on Kate. Let's see. Let's see, who else? Part of me thinks no, Kaisa wouldn't be that good with him. Not enough range. Maybe post 6. Who else is? Twitch is pretty good because you can stealth up on them and he can jump to you and then just ult. That's always fun. Twitch can do that with a lot of stuff. Twitch is incredibly good with Rakan, because you just stealth in and Rakan jumps to you and then taunts them. Massive long-range engage. Speaking of which, Caitlyn, banned away. Somebody listening to me. Imagine that. Actually, seriously, imagine that. Somebody listening to me. No. So, we've got Thresh versus Braum. No ADCs picked up just yet, but we've got Vayne, Zaya, and Caitlyn all banned away, and it looks like Nong Nong going to be grabbing the Battle Grub himself, the Kog'Maw going into that bot lane. What's going to be... And Kai'Sa picked up. This is going to be a battle of carries right now. If Kai'Sa gets ahead in this one, it's going to be bad news for the Kog'Maw. However, Kog'Maw has a little bit of a laning advantage and has the ability to harass Kai'Sa out of lane. He has a couple of hundred range advantage over her when his W's active. However, Kai'Sa is at 525 range, just base, and there's nothing else she can do about it. She deals more burst damage than he does. He does more damage overall and is much better for team fights. However, if Kai'Sa can get onto him, that's going to be all she wrote.
Pesty Wanderer picking up the Rek'Sai. We haven't seen a Rek'Sai on the stream in ages. This is really cool. I like seeing that. Sad Loser picking up the Ezreal. Now, I was discussing earlier that somebody was a top lane Ezreal that's now, or a mid lane Ezreal is what they were maining.
No, Ezreal's bot and Kog'Maw's mid.
So it might be Nyongdong picking up the Kog'Maw mid because he couldn't play the Warwick, or there could be some massive trade rounds. We'll have to see in just a minute. But it looks like they're going to stick with potentially a Ghost Kog'Maw in the mid lane with Commander C on the top Scion after all. I wonder, Commander C did mention in the chat that potentially he was taking the Scion mid lane, but instead it does look like he's going to stick around to it being locked in for the top lane and be facing off against that Alawi. So, as we get into the game, let's go ahead and roll through the players and the champions real fast for Team Onii-chan. If you're into that kawaii stuff, we've got Jinky Toast on the Alawi in the top lane. Soul Fight with the Braum in the bottom lane support role. Black Slide picking up the Anivia in the mid lane. Kai'Sa on the Katnir taking Kai'Sa, sorry, in the bottom lane AD carry role. And last but not least, welcome to the stream, Pesty Wanderer with the Rek'Sai in the jungle, playing first time tonight.
And for Team Waffle Fries, we've got Ormas picking up Warwick in the jungle, Commander C2121 on the Scion in the top lane, Cabri Bode on the Thresh in the bottom lane support role, Nong Nong playing that Kog'Maw mid lane, and Sad Loser on Ezreal ADC bot. All right.
So looking across these teams, I'm seeing really, really good wave control coming out from Team Onii-chan, not only with the Anivia, but you also have the frontline tanks of Braum and Alawi that can also do some of that spread damage. You're talking about the fourth hit of the concussive blow, Kai'Sa's rockets being able to clear minions really quickly. The one thing that I'm not seeing from them is true amounts of damage, because you're only seeing, you know, kind of the soft damage from the Alawi, heavy damage obviously from Kai'Sa, and potentially Anivia, but Anivia takes some time to really scale into the game. So facing off against Waffle Fries, where they have that early engage of the Warwick, the ult from the Scion for the massive engage Kog'Maw, who's always going to build heavy amounts of damage, and an Ezreal that's going to be poking from a distance, does Onii-chan have the damage to actually face up against that front line of Waffle Fries?
Yep. Sorry. What were you saying?
Hang on one second.
Dude, I'm completely out of it right now.
That is quite all right. If you're tired, dude, if you need to go to bed, go to bed. No shame in that whatsoever. You think you're good for the game?
I should be.
Okay. All right, well, as I was saying, I'm really wondering if Team Onii-chan is going to have the damage when it comes to the mid-game, but most especially in that laning phase. Now, Rek'Sai is one of those champions that likes to farm, very quick to farm, however, has to burn flash to be super efficient in those ganks, whereas Warwick is going to be able to hop to people as well as has level 6 to engage to people. The Fear can flash Fear for those as well. And so I think these junglers are going to be pretty impactful. The lanes I'm really looking for them to gank is both that bottom lane, because Kog'Maw is not the fastest champion to get out of a lane, or that top lane, because Alawi and even Scion can be chunked out very early on. It's not until mid-game to late game they've built enough items that they're slow to be chunked out.
Yeah, so the Kog'Maw is actually going to be in the middle lane, so I definitely would expect Rek'Sai to focus onto that side because Kog'Maw does not have that kind of mobility. I will be interested to see the Kog'Maw versus a Nivea matchup, not something I'm terribly familiar with. However, I'm wondering if this is going to be AP or AD Kog'Maw. Either way, he deals a decent amount of magic damage. And will more than satisfy that the quota for his team on that front.
So as we load into the game, we got some pretty slick skins here. Striker Ezreal coming out from Sad Loser. Now on with the Battlecast Kog'Maw. Darkstar Thresh, Cabri Bode picking that one up. Welcome! Warmonger Scion and Marauder Warwick. Full team skins across the board from Team Waffle Fries. Over for Onii-chan, you've got Eternum Rek'Sai, as well as the Festival Queen and Nivea, which I'm a big fan of that skin. I don't actually have it, but it really changes up Nivea's overall look, especially because it's so colorful, and I kind of like that. She may be a frost bird, but there's no reason why she can't be colorful too, so. Some people just gotta be fabulous, you know?
Like you.
So fabulous. Rezdra! He's here! He made it!
Hey! Just in time for the last game.
Just in time to watch the final game, but I appreciate you coming by. You are like, the reason that I modded you is because of your consistency in coming to the stream. Even when you show up at the very end, you still always make it Tuesday night at some point, and that is pretty fantastic.
Yay!
I'm gonna go ahead
All
and
right,
pause the music as we do load into the third and final game of the night. Team Onii-chan versus Team Waffle Fries. So as we were talking about with their overall pick compositions, just really quickly, who would you think would take the win?
So let's see. You've got scaling on both sides, which is one thing I look at a lot. You also happen to have, let's see, there's pick potential in both Warwick and Scion, also Thresh. But there's also a fair amount of team fighting potential. While I don't like the Ezreal as a pick for ADC on pretty much ever, Kog'Maw overbalances his damage.
Thresh may be able to land a hook here. Let's check real quick. He doesn't have any skill yet, so he might level up the Death Sentence first, or could switch to the Flay. He does go Death Sentence route, so he can throw out a hook. Oh, and he's gonna miss it! He misses it completely. Cataneo getting a little bit of damage with those rockets. Concussive blows gonna start on to Sad the Loser, but
the BM is real. Hold on, how long is on? Okay, Death Sentence is up in 3.
It looks like both teams want to play it safe and back off. Thresh hanging out here in the Dragon Pit, but it does look like they're gonna just poke each other a little bit, test of might, and then head back into their respective positions as bottom lane is gonna help out their junglers, and once again we see normal starts across the map. So Anivia versus Kog'Maw. Who wins out in that lane one-on-one?
That's completely skill-oriented. Really, Anivia should win. However, Kog'Maw mid is actually a thing. It's just not common for good reason. It's difficult to play. It's immobile, but against an Anivia who isn't that much of a lane bully, he should be able to last out pretty well. Of course, Anivia can really punish hard if she gets a wall E and a wall QE rather, and applies her frostbite passive and then gets the empowered E down onto him. Yeah.
So Commander C in that top lane is going to be facing off against Jinky Toast, who's shown some prowess for that Alawi. However, last game obviously struggling a bit against that Pantheon, who was going hyper aggressive on the damage. Now, this Scion going a little more defensive route, picking up that Jordan's shield to start off. So maybe not nearly as damage oriented as the Pantheon, but still shoving Alawi in underneath the turret to have to farm herself through the tower on that one. Cataneo looking for some damage on the Sad Loser, going to get a little bit of poke, but he's going to be staying back and just doing some of his own poke. I don't think that Thresh is the best ADC combination with the Thresh, as Thresh is wanting to hook, kind of get aggressive, and Ezreal tends to like poke from a distance. But we'll see if these two in the bottom lane can harass Catinator or Soulfight down enough that they can force some backs out. The top lane, Pesty Wanderer going to come in, get the knock-up onto Commander C. Doesn't need to burn the flash yet. The slow as well with the red buff. Flashes in. Jinky Toast gets the spirit hit, but Ormaster's here as well with the double buffs. Commander C's going to have to dodge out on some of the tentacle slams right there to not take too much damage from that. And it looks like he'll be all right, as Warwick able to make it in time to stop any more movement from that Alawi.
Yeah, Warwick, fortunate timing, because that was probably going to be a dive and first blood. Probably the last thing you want is your Alawi to have their Alawi to have first blood. Very scary situation. Catinator getting aggressive on the Cambry bow.
Black Slide making a nice movement down here. The pings for the missing just went down, but a hook onto Anivia underneath the turret, forced to flash. Nice damage down as well. The heal used and flash by Catinator both, as several summoners burned from Onii-chan, just going a little bit too deep underneath the turret. Now Ezreal was forced to use a potion, and the ignite and a flash used by Cambry boat on the Thresh as well. Hook's gonna go a little bit wide, but the heal and flash from Ezreal still up and available, so there's still potential to go aggressive in the bottom lane for Waffle Friends.
Yeah, both sums on the support for both sums on the enemy AD is 100% worth. Of course, they're going to have to be aware of the ignite or of the exhaust on Soulfight for the next engage. Ormask coming in hot.
Yeah, he's got the red buff, but he's gonna flash to safety as Rek'Sai was there. I don't think he was expecting the jungler from Onii-chan to still be sitting in that top lane. So instead, he's forced to flash to safety and recalls as well. So both top laners going back to their little 1v1. But Alawi sitting at full health with no mana still continues to shove Commander C in. So he's going to have to play it safe and just try to get as many farms. He's already over 10 farm down in that top lane.
Yeah, now of course, Jinky Toast needs to be careful here. He is in a fairly precarious position, not having his flash, and this is probably the best option right now to go back. That would have been amusing if Commander C just threw a blind E into the bush to try and cancel the recall. But Alawi recalling here is probably the best option, because that way the wave will push into his tower and allow him to collect that farm and force the Scion to overextend. While Warwick is bot side right now and there's no real danger, it's always better to play safe when you don't know exactly the location of the enemy jungler. And more importantly, Alawi does not have to burn the teleport. The advantageous back timing allowing her to go back and grab all of her items without being forced to burn that summoner spell. Nong doing a decent job in the mid lane, however, not quite level 6 yet, so he won't have access to the ultimate. He is beating out his opposite number by about 10, a little bit more than 10 farm now. And he has the wave semi-frozen outside of his tower, but as is the nature of mid lane, he won't be able to keep that there for very long.
And it is Anivia. She's well known for losing farm early on in the game. She's now got her ultimate, so loss of farm is going to quickly be changed, as Black Slide is going to be able to pick up a lot more farm and trade. So should be able to get back into it. Both of those mid laners going with the tier. Nong popping the Fabulous, though it's a little weird for a monster of the void, fully metal with a giant cannon as a mouth on top of his head to be popping the Fabulous. But hey, you know what? No judgments. Ormath is here, no buffs to speak of, however, still could go in. Starts the ultimate, it's not even the ultimate, it just starts to charge in. Catinator in the bottom lane, nice hook, and the play means she's in danger. Sad loser, the exhaust went down, slowing him. Concussive blows not quite going to finish stacking, and Thresh gets first blood, I believe was just an auto attack, as the Thresh is also not going to get hit by the last proc of those concussive blows, but the Rek'Sai is here, was hooked up, played backwards, not going to make the turret as they use the heal to save for the moment. Gabriel Boat is not going to be able to get out of this one, but Sad Loser now picks up the red buff off of the Rek'Sai, chasing into the Soul Fight, going to get a double kill in the bottom lane. And it was so unfortunate for Onii-chan that the last time Ezreal back, he picked up a Sheen for that extra damage in the bottom lane, and that is a 3-for-2 trade. Huge favor for Waffle Fries as they also get first blood.
I think it's 3-for-1, right?
Oh, 3-for-1. I apologize. Yeah, it is. It's 3-for-1. So both members of the bottom lane and the jungler went down for Onii-chan, and I think my brain was talking about Warwick because he was down there as well. He just arrived down there as the battle ended, but he didn't die because he wasn't part of it.
Yeah, in exchange for just the support, that's an excellent trade. So Ezreal and the Thresh gotta really hand it to Cambriboat in that bot lane, hitting all of the skill shots, positioning his lantern very well in order to hold on. Ormast is here and forces the flash out of Jinky Toast. And is Ormast going to go for it? He is, and he's going to get the kill underneath tower. However, Rek'Sai's won.
Rek'Sai around the corner. It could be the blast cone. It doesn't matter. Blast cones, he wouldn't even made it over the wall. Just killed off. A little question mark there from the Rek'Sai as well. Pings for him to head to the top lane. In the bottom lane, Sad Loser trying to get damage onto Soul Fight. He has not been able to jump to his ally just yet. And the hook, the flash ray from the Thresh, included with the damage. Cataneer going to be taken very low, but Sad Loser under the turret. And Nivea with a great wall as well, but Cambodia's not out of it just yet. Auto attacks the Kasai down, maybe being finished off here, but Kog'Maw's on the trade. Black Xyle trying to get the last bit of damage. Can the Thresh escape from this one? That's the question. The slow is down. Nong might get the kill as well. I don't believe Egg Form has been knocked off of the Anivia yet, and so it's just going to be Nong flashing in to get that Egg Form going. He's waiting just outside of the wall, throws down one last ultimate before taking the Dark Passage out to safety, but Black Slide's still hanging out in that bottom lane.
Yeah, probably a decent trade. Like, probably not trading his flash for the egg form, but trading the ghost for the egg form is definitely advantageous. It gives Nong kill pressure in the lane. The Kog'Maw actually has a pretty potent laning phase post 6, because with AP, his ultimate does a pretty scary amount of damage. It's all determined on whether or not you can land with ultimate. Speaking of post 6 and ultimates and things like that, a Kog'Maw's ult is very mana hungry, and having an Ocean Drake is incredibly good for him. So he'll definitely be able to lay the hurt down onto Anivia with those constant skill shots. Jinky Toast trying to get into a fight with Commander C, who is just gonna walk out.
Yeah, he's gonna take a buttload of damage though. Tentacles are spawning. He's gonna have to avoid that. One more hit might actually be enough to take him out. He's gonna have to watch that. The Black Slide means he doesn't even have to worry about avoiding tentacle damage when there is a Frostbird to finish him off. He's gonna be spamming
excuse me, that's a party bird, sir.
Party Frostbird. She's given the Scion the cold shoulder as he's going to be taken out in the top lane. However, he is down over 40 farms, so having a hugely difficult climb up there. In the mid lane, though, it's the opposite story, as the Kog'Maw's the one really 40 farm over the Anivia and doing a nice job there, continuing to push her in. She does have just mana at this point in the game. Catalyst and Tear in the bottom lane, the stun onto the Thresh. Tries to hook to a minion to get to safety. Not quite going to find it. The play pushing 2 people back. However, even with the shield, he is going to be taken out.
And the kill secured by Wanderer.
To make sure that happens, but Soulfight losing a ton of health in that fight, which just goes to show that as the game progresses, Ezreal almost takes out Soulfight, but a nice hop stand behind me to the Kaisa means that Braum is able to live. Ormast's gonna find SD Wanderer. He does have red buff for the slow, but fear goes down as well. He can't 1v2. He starts the ultimate, but Soulfight dodging a bunch of damage. Cataneer there, though, is gonna be able to go down. And that's Sad Loser picking up too. Is Sad Loser gonna get a triple kill? He healed to try to get over the wall. He's throwing out the audios, but no, a double kill for the Rek'Sai. I almost said Kaisa. The Rek'Sai in the bottom lane as hugely bloody battle ends up going 2 for 2 in the bottom lane. Kog'Maw started that direction and heads back towards the mid lane to clear these minions.
Yeah, the Rek'Sai forced to blow flash, or Sad Loser would have actually picked up that triple kill down there. Definitely good play by him. And hold on a second, it looks like Nong Nong is going to use the Thresh and managing to get a decent amount of damage down in trade there. Cambry Bow just all over the map, really making his presence known. And it looks like Black Slide is out of mana. He has enough mana for maybe one more. No, he uses it on the wall rather than using the stun.
Ooh, play from Nong Nong, not going to land either. However, the ultimate from the Kog'Maw is going to connect, and that's going to be enough for Thresh to land the death sentence, and they're going to guarantee a kill on that one. Icy getting good damage on Ormas, forces the flash into the Warwick, the play from Cam Brody on the Thresh. Now he's moving back to safety. Katnir doing good damage. Nong Nong is still here, but very low health and low mana. Sad Loser has shown up. The death sentence not going to connect, but that Kaisa, very low health, needs to play on the safe side. Ormas still here as well. Stand behind him from Soul Fight gets him out of danger's way. They are 3-man pushing this bottom lane turret, but I don't think they're going to engage it too hard, and they're probably going to call it off after that.
I'm expecting Sad Loser to kind of hang around here and throw out Qs, and they're probably going to dive in the case that Cambry Bow hits a hook onto an important target. Let's tag and look at the items real quick. Catinator does have most of the pieces of his Death's Dance. Once he gets that, he's actually going to be a very potent duelist. While Jinky Toast looks to be taking the worst end of the trades up here, he's actually almost double the CS of his opponent. So while it is looking like Jinky Toast has been, quote, losing the lane because he's pretty much been down health all laning phase, it doesn't really matter because he's getting almost all of his farm, whereas the Scion is using the farm just to like kick it into the allowing.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some damage though. Flash Force out from Jinky Toast. The little thumbs up emoji from the Scion signifying he's feeling a bit more confident in that top lane. Warwick once again moving down here towards the bottom lane. Ormas looking for an opportunity to jump on this turret. It is down only to half health though, so it'll take a while before they can finish it off and truly go for an engage. But Rek'Sai being spotted out as well means that the members of Waffle Fry is a little more reluctant to push underneath the turret, and Warwick heads back towards the jungle.
Yep, Rek'Sai's been hovering this bot side as well, kind of anticipating the fact that this Warwick really wanting to make something happen on the bot side of the map, and rather than allowing that to happen, he set himself up for the counter gank under tower. That could definitely spell the end of Sad Loser and Cambry Bow.
Petsy Wanderer has DC'd, hopefully it's not purposefully. Yeah, you can pause. It is a tournament draft. We can wait up to 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and I'm sure there's somebody that's going to be sitting in the stream here. We wait at an absolute maximum of 10 minutes, and then... Oh, he's reconnected, so we don't have to wait at all. You know, we can actually jump right back in. So, but yeah, what we do is if someone DCs, usually it's 10 minutes is more than enough for them to restart their computer and get back into the game. But looks like we don't have to worry about that right now.
Usually enough to restart the computer. Jake, can you remember any time when it was not enough to restart the computer?
I think that there's nothing going on as Soul Fight, however, is going to be hooked and the play as well with that Ignite. Should spell the death. Cam Brody once again picks up the kill. Now 3 and 2 on this Thresh. Probably going to go down to Katnir, but he doesn't have the mana. However, the auto attacks are going to be enough, and now Sad Loser. Can the zigzagging Kaisa get out of Ezreal's auto attacks and Qs? Oh! Lands one more. That's all he needs to finish her off, but looks like she's going to get back to her bush and stay safe unless he throws out the ult. He does have the ultimate available. There he goes, throws it, and oh no. She saw it coming and heads instead over next to the turret to escape. Scion ult just going to hit some minions in the top lane as they continue to just duke it out 1v1, but Ormas is here, throws out the ultimate, misses. However, is that going to be enough to take down Jinky Toast? The boss once again, but the correct size back. Pesty Wanderer can't decide whether he really wants to play the game or not. He cannot make up his mind. Jinky Toast is probably going to go down here, as all it takes is a couple more auto attacks from Ormas to finish him off. 8 kills to 10. Advantage Waffle Fries right now by about 2,000 gold, but that could change, especially as that Kaisa now with a finished Death's Dance and the Rod of Ages finish on Nivea start to stack up.
Yeah, Death's Dance, definitely important power spike for the Kaisa, as well as the Draven. Hold on, is Jinky turn? No, he's just gonna straight up die. He had the potential to knock down Commander C right there, but Ormas coming in, managing to get the CC down and the DPS, kill the Alawi. However, Alawi, even after that kill, is up a substantial amount of gold over her opposite number. Black Slide taking this opportunity to pick up that blue buff that'll allow him to really clear waves in the mid lane. Still about 30 CS down under the Kog'Maw. And we've currently got a score of 82 to 140 in the top side. Very concerning CS numbers. Bot lane, the CS is basically even, nothing worth mentioning there.
Commander in trouble, slowed and the stun. He's gonna go down. He just runs himself into the turret, deals some extra damage, or cleans up some minions. But for the most part, with that Anivia roam very nicely. Nong wasn't around the mid lane. He was looking towards the Drake, and now pushing that in. Anivia already headed there to stop that push in. Mountain Drake start after the Ocean Drake that Waffle Fries is able to pick up earlier, adding to their gold lead. As Bessie Wanderer going to get the slowdown into Nong, the knock up as well. Can Black Slide find the stun? Lots of damage onto Nong, but not quite enough to put that Kog'Maw into the grave. Black Slide with a great flash over the wall, has blue buff as well. Red buff on Ormas if he can find the slows, but nice stun from Anivia. Oh! Bessie Wanderer with a beautiful ult. Those untouchable slams in, and that's going to be the egg form once again for Anivia, saving her life as Warwick now being chased out. Rek'Sai on the run as the Scion gets a little bit of extra damage onto Jikitos in that top lane. Starts the ult, knocks her up, clearing minions. He's actually in a pretty good position to kill her as he's going to get another knock-up stun as well. Can this be enough? It has the slow available for a moment. The Rek'Sai's around the corner, and it looks like Aurelia's going to go back into the bottom lane. The Thresh moving back towards the base. This is the ult from Warwick to finish off the Alawi, but now Anivia is up here as well. It is an entire party as the Rek'Sai and the Anivia going to fall. Ormas going to fall as well as the Warwick underneath the turret just lasted a little bit too long, and Scion getting a lot of gold off of those assists and kills.
Yeah, that's going to do a lot to make up for the CS deficit that he's accrued in the top lane.
He's only down 500 now, even though he's down nearly 60 farm, which is pretty impressive up there at the top. And, oh, nice hook play into the ultimate, slowing down Ezreal's attacks, only hitting the unbreakable shield from the Braum. And in the meantime, while Ezreal sets up the ultimate, it's just going to miss completely, and Thresh is going to fall in the meantime. Hugh's going to miss from Sad the Loser. That just hurts on that Ezreal when all of those skill shots fall flat. But really a nice play from the Braum, as well as using a lot of
he needs to get down there and start autoing the tower. Yeah, there's the first turret. So while he doesn't get the kill, he does get first tower solo gold. That's 650 over to the Ezreal. So that is a lot of freaking gold into his pocket.
With Kleptomancy, he's over 3,000 gold up on this Kaisa, which is huge, as he's going to be able to finish off some really defensive items faster than she can, though she does have that Death's Dance.
Putting that in perspective, he's a Trinity Force up.
Yeah, which is why I was like, that's actually kind of insane. As there are pings down from both teams around this Mountain Drake. Void Seeker gonna find the Warwick of Ormas. He does have Smite available, but I just don't think they're gonna start the Mountain Drake up just yet. 4 members of Onii-chan down there. As these top laners, honestly, this is like a mini game for me. It's just watching these top laners beat each other up. Commander C's always low on mana, but just continues to stay healthy. And they just kind of like keep beating each other up. In the bottom lane, the engage from Ormas moves in. That's going to be the hook as well from the Thresh Lantern, but Ezreal doesn't even need it. He's going to just jump over the wall. Ormas is already dead, but the burn on the Testy Wanderer is not going to take him out, as he did get healed up after going through the Void Tunnel. Catinator is going to be finished off. Sad Loser gets it with an auto attack. In the meantime, Slide moving in onto Nong. Going to find him with a stun. A good Zhonya's, which wasn't even really Zhonya's as much as the broken stopwatch, going to get Kog'Maw out of what could have been a very painful situation. And
yeah, he was probably dead there if he didn't stopwatch. Well played by him.
That's going to be a top
Jinky
lane turret. Goes to Jinky Toast. Sorry.
Yeah, Jinky Toast gonna take down that top lane turret, and looks like press forward for a little bit more damage. Running low on mana though, and Soulfight is here in the mid lane. Doesn't manage to land the passive stun there, so he should be fine. Ormas trying to chase down Jinky Toast. Not sure if he's gonna be able to win the fight though.
Stand beside me, or stand behind me. Jump into Black Slide to get himself out of that. So it was a really good Seraph's Embrace from Dong Dong quite early into that fight when the Braum came up, and it made it go from looking very, very squishy to not looking so squishy, and caused Nivea to decide to back out just a little bit. But mid turret may go down here as the siege from Waffle Fry is going to be started up, and Ezreal especially should be able to clear that one up. Ormas diving into underneath the second turret. However, they are going to land the hook onto the Braum. He is tanky, but not taking it up. Nong Nong picks up the kill as Black Slide going to trade it for one onto the Ormas. Now Sad Loser on the run is going to get knocked up by Pesky Wanderer, and maybe going down here, throws out the ult, not going to be nearly enough. Black Slide very low, I don't believe has a form. However, the Rek'Sai jumps in, nice play from Thresh, pushes them back, and Kai'Sa's in the bottom lane, pushing down the turret's hook onto Pesky Wanderer. Very low health, this Scion comes charging in from the mid lane. Can he find a kill? He's going to hit a wall from Nivea, blocking that one away, and Commander C completely gets slowed out. The members of Onii-chan so low, but unable to be finished off, except maybe not, as the red comes in, gonna play him back. The egg form is down from the Nivea. However, Kai'Sa is here to finish off the Kog'Maw after a great CC for the rest of the team, and that's going to be the 3 kills over to Onii-chan, allowing finishing off the Scion, but a double kill for the Kai'Sa, and a huge team fight win for the team Onii-chan.
Yeah, that's when you're kind of wondering why Ormas is trying to take Drake and not fighting mid. There was definitely a ton of kills over to him, and now he's going to die for it. 1v4 usually. I had it explained to me very well one time that League is really just a game of counting. If they have 4 and you have 3, you're probably going to lose the fight. If they have 5 and you have 2, you're almost definitely going to lose the fight. So you want to go with even or greater numbers, and you're probably going to win, with the exception of an outplay. That's just a good rule of thumb to follow. If they have 4 and you have 1, probably not the best idea to fight them. It's probably better to run away and wait for...
Yeah, a big thing was that Thresh moving forward and landing the hook, which was, not granted, a nice hook onto the Nivea, but she did have egg form, so they weren't even able to get a kill off of it. And in addition, the rest of the team wanted to follow up, but they had already used so many abilities and cooldowns. Their health was pretty low after the initial fighting, and so sometimes it is best to just take what you got, a couple of summoner spells. Lane advantage is the mid lane was pushing. Go ahead and recall, reset, buy some new items, and get back into it after the fact. Now, Alawi, Jinky Toast moving into the top lane, grabs the Scion Commander C. He's in trouble as Pesky Warrior is here. However, he starts the ultimate, just going to run into the Rek'Sai as they are still on the run. The rest of the team has come up here. Warwick with a double buff. Is it going to be enough? Tentacle Slam might be able to finish off somebody. The Scion has already fallen, but so has the Braum. They're still in the middle of the Alawi. However, once she falls, Kog'Maw claiming that one, Nong Nong clearing that. The rest of the tentacles go into passive mode, so no one else is going to fall besides the initial Scion. Nice stun onto the Thresh, unable to get the rest of the hook. Blue buff onto Nivea. However, Nong Nong lands a nice long-range ultimate and a huge, dark passage from the Thresh with the follow-through of the Kai'Sa leads to a 1-for-1 as the Kog'Maw is going to fall. But Sad Loser now 8-3, very quietly sneaking into a carry position for Waffle Fries, is doing really well.
Yeah, he is actually. Like, this is a very clean Ezreal. It's not often that I see an Ezreal that I think has the potential to carry. That's why I don't particularly like the champion. I don't often see a carry performance from the Ezreal. It just seems that their damage all gets blocked out by the opposing front line. But there isn't much of a front line. I mean, Braum is he's tanky, but he's the support version of tanky. He's not like top lane Maokai with 5 kills tanky. I don't think like the walls of Summoner's Rift are that tanky, to be honest.
I think it's a little bit of a visual glitch, the fact that Ezreal's Muramana is on his last slot. It's supposed to be, I believe, off of expense, and it's kind of the cheapest items are on the furthest edge out, and then it goes to more and more expensive items. So it looks like Ezreal's only sitting on those 3 completed items. However, he has actually 4 items completely finished in his current gold stance. 3 items on that Kaisa, so he's a full item up on her. Both teams hanging around this Drake that just recently went down. It's actually Onii-chan was able to pick up that Mountain Drake earlier. So now Drake for Drake, 1 for 1. Both teams moving in. Wow, Rek'Sai, you've got some serious tunnels through the mid lane.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Every which way. He can move anywhere he wants to. Nice stun onto the Kog'Maw. The maybe not going down. They move in, but a good flash keeps him alive for the moment. Braum ult going to go in, only knock up the Thresh. Kai'Sa's already gone as Ezreal's going to sneak that one away with great damage. In the meantime, Alawi hooked up, starts the ultimate, but it's only on 1. No one else around. She goes down. Ezreal picks it up again. Sion charges in, blocks it behind her own wall. And that's going to be her going down. The egg pool not going to be enough to save her. Triple kill to the Ezreal. The Brody trying to get in for the hook, didn't find it, however, still setting up for a position. They're going to clear the minions in the mid lane and then move in, trying to get the second tear down. Ezreal around the corner. Sad Loser doing such a beautiful job on this champion. Moves in to clear that second tier turret, and they should be able to pick it up.
Yep, and it is going to look like they're going to take that down.
That sentence not quite going to land, but Soulfight taking a huge amount of damage from all this poke. The poke composition, the siege from the Kog'Maw and Ezreal, throwing out all of these super long-range abilities, just continue to harass the members of Onii-chan's back, and that's putting Braum half health, so he's afraid to try to be that tanky front line. However, with that huge wave pushing the top lane from Onii-chan, they're going to call to back out. The Dark Passage going to pull the Sion to safety. He has been slowed by that Alawi. Jennifer Slam going to kind of tickle his back on the way out, but Ezreal, super squishy, however, also super mobile. Should be able to escape through the river as another hook onto Alawi. Jinkitos backs off of that one. Lormass around the corner, ready to jump in. We might just turn around for another fight as Catinator flies back into the team fight. Nice ultimate for Alawi. He's going to knock up at least 3 people. He's seriously going to take out the Thresh. However, Ezreal has been finished off by Rek'Sai, who ulted to get in on him and now chases down Nong Nong as well. He's out, and that's going to be retribution from Onii-chan as they pick up 3. Almost claiming 4 as Nong Nong was forced to ghost to safety.
Yeah, not the best engage. It was a decent hook from Thresh, but something I've been noticing about the LCS is that they know when to engage and when not to, and when to just cut their losses and say, you know, we could have. Hold on, is Nong Nong just gonna? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Rapid fire and takes down Jinkitos after the Alawi burns her teleport to go to the top lane to try and take it down. Definitely worthwhile expenditure of mana there.
All it was Alawi knew that she needed to pull pressure from the Kog'Maw so that Kog'Maw couldn't steal the Drake. And so she teleported to the top lane to sacrifice her life, make sure that her team could pick up the second Mountain Drake.
Of course, Jake.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it was.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I think Thresh initial grab onto the Alawi was fine to stop her from chasing in to try to get an engage on the Ezreal. A Sad Loser had already burned his arcane shift to try to escape. But the problem was that Warwick started his ultimate to try to chase in, and so he's calling for them to engage. Sion doesn't have the cooldown of his ultimate up yet, and so there was so many people that already burnt all of their abilities that they weren't able to sufficiently engage in the fight, in addition to the fact that they were all around a wall. So they had to move through a choke point, which allowed Alawi to flash in, get that ultimate, and Nivea to just AoE from a massive distance away. Oh, Thresh doing another huge engage. Actually grabs the Braum, pulls him into the awaiting arms of the Warwick, and gets the fear down. That's going to be a quick pick-up kill. Sad Loser getting credit for that one. Shield down onto the Warwick as Thresh going to land another hook onto Nivea. She goes golden using the Zanya, trying to stay alive for the moment. Egg form not up, and in the meantime, it's going to be the Warwick who's absorbed so much damage. Sion charges in. in, knocking up 2. That's going to take out the Alawi. Katnir, the only one left alive, able to get some good damage down. However, I don't know if she's going to be able to solo the rest of the team. Moves in onto Scion. He's going to have a slowdown. Red buff, though, gives Katnir 1 kill. Ormas chases in. It's going to be enough. Sad Loser gets the damage, clears it up after she takes out 2 herself. So a 2-for-1 trade just in that small skirmish at the end of that fight. But good play, and now there are pings from Waffle Fries onto the Baron. But I think they're going to play it safe, and, well, maybe not. Thresh could try to tank it up as 2 ADCs can damage it. That might be enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine here. There's a lot of DPS coming out of both Nong Nong and Sad Loser. They should be able to take this down fairly quickly.
Well, Braum is going to find him, though.
Yeah, Braum isn't that much of a concern. He does. I don't believe he has his ultimate. However, they should have just stuck to the Baron. Not an intelligent decision right there. Even if they do get the kill.
Oh, he made them burn so much to get that nice dark passage. Pulls the Ezreal to safety as well. But now Pesty Wanderer goes in. However, he's in a spot of trouble. Very low health. Forced to ult. Goes in on the Thresh. Going to be able to pick up the kill with the smite. But still going to be finished off. Not getting credit for that one. They're still trading kills. But Onii-chan was able to do the one thing, which was stop the Baron from being taken by Waffle Fries. Ormas comes in as well, looking for an engage. Not going to find it. All the rockets from the Kai'Sa puts him at half health. He's going to go in 1v2. But the ult from Warwick heals him up. Is it going to be enough? Not enough to take him down himself, but Nongdong cleans it up, turning unstoppable. The stun onto the Ezreal. He does have that Guardian's Angel to keep him alive. That shows how much gold this guy has. Holy moly. But, still not being taken out by Black Slide just yet.
Yeah, so gotta question that macro decision just a second ago. They really, if they just stuck on the Baron while they didn't have a jungler there, the enemy team also didn't have a jungler, and the odds of a Braum steal, while of course it's possible, are really
Hey,
good.
I've done it with my ult before. It's happened. Oh, this Ezreal landing Q after Q onto this Anivia, burning her down very slowly. Not afraid to lose a little bit of health because he's just going to heal it back up. Actually dashes into the wall from that Anivia. Now Soulfight being pulled down quite heavily underneath the turret. Throws up the Unbreakable to try to defend the Anivia. In the meantime, the Lantern, Dark Passage down, pulls the Ezreal in to get some damage on Pesty Wanderer. He's going to find himself some bullets to heal off. But in the meantime, Sion's stuck on the wrong side of the wall. Flashes to safety. Nice move there. Puts him low health. However, he gets taken out. Kai'Sa with the damage on the Test of Spirit. Going to be finishing him off. Warwick comes in, trying to gear up several members. In the meantime, they're all focused on Alawi, who's tanking so much with those heals. Still going to go down. Nong cleaning that one up. In the meantime, Warwick having engaged upon 3 solo, going to be picked up. Dark Blind, Hook from Thresh not going to land. Kai'Sa goes in deep onto Kog'Maw, cleans him up. Braum still fell. Not cleaning that one up from the side. And now Sad Loser versus Kai'Sa. He's going to win. So beautiful plays there from the Ezreal. Still gets the damage down. Cleaning up a little bit of extra health off of the Raptors. And Onii-chan continues to hold his mid lane turret.
Wow, that was an impressive fight to watch. Lots of interaction there. You were seeing that the Kai'Sa, when she gets a little bit, she's not even in a lead, but she's got a commanding
is this
amount
Ezreal
of
going
gold.
to 1v2 with blue buff? I think if that Q had landed, he would have actually gotten the kill. Can go in. Oh, very low health. Still has Guardian's Angel. The ult from Rek'Sai going to get very low health. The ult from Ezreal not quite going to be fast enough. Throws out the little spam. However, it is the egg for Anivia that baits the Ezreal in. Sion being baited in as well. Probably going to fall, trying to run to safety after his ult. However, he should, with the slow, be going down here. Braum ult also going to knock him up, bringing half health. Anivia wall slows him down even more, and he's going to fall as well. Jikitos getting credit for that shutdown.
Yeah, and the hyper carry of Kai'Sa is online. The amount of damage she's dishing out even to the tanks is a little bit absurd. But hold on, we've got Pesky Wanderer getting caught out by Ormas, and if this guy goes down, then that's definitely, yes, that looks like the jungler gone, and they can't Baron off of this. Wow, that's a lot of first.
like to fight. Ormas goes in huge onto Anivia, sacrificing his own life. And now it is a 3 for 2. Nice dark passage, saves down for the moment. The flash from Malawi as well, though, hooks up that Kog'Maw. He's going to take way too much damage from the tentacles and get 2 more kills over Jinky Toast, getting credit for those. And I think at this point, Waffle Fries is just engaging too many fight after fight after fight, especially without the right members. I mean, Sad Loser is dead. There was no reason to be fighting into that when you were a 4v5 from the get-go without your AD carry.
Yeah, especially because Catnator's at a point where he can duel Sad Loser. Part of the reason Ezreal's not my favorite AD carry, he doesn't scale that well. Even when you hit everything like so, I mean, Sad Loser.
Catnator may go down underneath the turret.
Hold up a
heal.
second!
The Ezreal ultimate flies through, only hits Soulfight, and now Jinky Toast. It is that red buff from Sad Loser continuing to slow people down. That Malawi going to be following. The unstoppable Scion goes charging in, stops the Braum from trying to back to his AD carry, and Kai'Sa hops the wall with the blast cone. Soulfight going to go down before he can get to the wall to flash, and he doesn't even have flash. He was just kind of baiting the enemy team in, thinking he might flash. That's what you do when you're about to die.
right now they need to rotate down and pick up the Elder Drake. What they've been doing is they've been getting kills, they've been winning skirmishes. However, they haven't been picking up objectives, not since the early to mid game.
Yeah,
and that's costing them.
Double Mountain Drakes over to Onii-chan is really, really big for them. And he's an Elder Drake right now. And when your Warwick, after a good fight, feels too confident and ends up getting locked up by the Anivia wall, and now isn't available to try to compete for this Elder Drake, that is not good, because your Smite is not even on the battlefield, and the enemy team's Rek'Sai is there. All 5 members of blue team available for this fight. Oh, sorry, they're up, but the Braum and the Malawi decided to recall. So
I like this macro decision. They're bot lane and they're starting to shove it out. Someone's gonna have to answer that. That gives them a numbers advantage on the Drake. I don't know if they'll start this up. They might wait for Ormas, but Jinky Toast must answer bot lane for about 5 or 6 more seconds. Pesky Wanderer's moving in now. They're going to be trying to check for vision and forcing a flash out of No.
Yeah, they get the flash, but a good move keeps them alive. Elder Drake started.
Ormas, what are you doing mid?
Should be able to pick that one up without too much issue. And Kai'Sa is credit for that one, as they are now with double Mountain Drakes on an Elder Drake. Going to move in. If they get on a turret, they're going to burn it down so fast, as Waffle Fries recognizes that the pressure is headed towards the mid lane and move there. Jinky Toast able to clear up that bottom lane, send that minion wave pushing into Waffle Fries' side, playing Soulfight back, but just burning a couple extra spells, and they engage onto the turret, clear it very, very quickly. The rest of the team, Warwick goes deep underneath past the wall, not going to be able to get a fear, however, is going to fall, and that's going to burn the egg form of the Anivia, but doesn't even matter. The rest of the fight has been completely won, as Onii-chan tear apart the members of the enemy team. Kai'Sa just picking them down one by one with the chain CC, and Waffle Fries, after a very rough engage, are probably going to lose the game off of it.
Yep, that's probably the end of the game. Well, hold on, Nong's still here. Never mind, he's dead. Catnator just completely showing up and showing out on this Kai'Sa, showing exactly how strong it can be in the late game, and absolutely taking over the game.
That was a fairly close game from beginning to end. It was just that last fight from Waffle Fries. The Warwick engaged over the wall, and the rest of the team couldn't follow up because of really good position on that Anivia wall, and everything kind of fell apart from there, getting picked off one by one. And I think a big thing was that everyone kept doing a lot of damage to the Anivia when she had the egg form available, and so they never took anyone down and never made it a 4v5. And when they lost Warwick so early on into the fight, it was a 4v5 to a losing side for Waffle Fries, and it just went from bad to worse from there.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's do MVP's honorable mentions and shout-outs real quick, because I kind of get to bed. All right, so let's start with the MVPs and honorable mentions from the losing team. So Waffle Fries. Waffle Fries, I'm gonna give the MVP or the honorable mention over to Sad Loser. And the MVP goes over to Cambry Bode. I'm giving it to the support for the roam plays toward the mid lane. He showed up all over the map, had a good amount of map pressure, but also set up his AD carry in a number of different circumstances and put him in the position to be a carry late game. So I think he absolutely deserves the MVP. And shout out to Nong Nong for playing a fairly clean AP Kog'Maw mid. Not exactly an easy champion to play. Lots of skill shots. But Sad Loser really deserves both an honorable mention and a shout out. Just crazy good play out of the Ezreal, better than almost any I've seen outside of, like pro play and stuff. MVPs, honorable mentions, and shout outs for the winning team. That's going to be Onii-chan, and the MVP kind of defines itself, but I'm looking at honorable mention between Black Slide and Pesky Wanderer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give it to Black Slide almost. Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it over to Black Slide for wall placement. Especially there was this one part in the game when everyone was low health on the side of Onii-chan, and this was back when Waffle Fry still had a massive lead and were looking to close out the game. Commander C ults down the lane and is about to hit 3 members with his ultimate and follow up with a knockup, and that was just going to end the game. And Black Slide drops a wall right in front of him and saved the game with that one ability. So he gets the honorable mention for that. And MVP goes over to Catnator for just carrying everything. He just went completely ham in those late game team fights, and it was a pleasure to watch, unless you were on the other team.
Yeah. Catnator is the target selection.
Shout out to Pesky Wanderer for his really good map presence in both the early and the late game, and the presence of mind not to get caught out in dangerous spots. Anyway.
I was going to say that Catnator's target selection is what makes his play so beautiful to watch, and he's really able to select the right times to engage and the right times to make those dives that Kai'Sa does so well. And then on the side of Waffle Fries, I was going to say that I completely agree that the initial early game pressure that Fresh put on allowed Sad Loser to not only get a farm lead, which on an Ezreal against a Kai'Sa can sometimes be difficult, but even more so, just led him to have the gold advantage through that Kleptomancy, through all of those hits, and just the tower. The wave was almost consistently pushed underneath Onii-chan's bottom lane turret. So that pressure, just from the hooks and flays by Cambry Bode, put them at such an advantage that Sad Loser got the gold advantage that then meant they had the item advantage and then snowballed into doing so well. So I completely agree with you giving that support. So thank you guys for, I don't even have any music playing in the background. What's wrong with me? How do I even run this stream? So thank you guys for coming out and playing in our games. This was the third and last game of the night, but don't forget, we will be back next Tuesday as well for more games that you guys can come and play in. These games will be on YouTube, so if you want to watch them or share with friends, you can do that as well and hear the full commentary. And we do give the MVPs and honorable mentions will be listed down below. And then this coming Saturday will be the third week. We will be into Legends Series 2, a tournament run by Legends Series, obviously. And it'll be some interesting games for sure, as we're still trying to find out who would win in a finals between Fire Ferrets and Degenerate 5. Those are the top 2 teams. So, yeah, I got music now going, Deadless. Thank you for that. I do have it playing now, so. I know it's a little late though, but thank you guys for coming out, and I may stick around to play a game afterwards, so I'll see you guys on Discord, but otherwise, this is the end of the stream. I wish that, hold on, really quick actually, I'm going to try to do this very, very, very quickly. Twitch, is anyone I know streaming? I never do one of the raids or whatever where you host somebody after you have a viewership. No, there's no live channels. I need to follow more people so that I can do raids, because raids are fun. So, alright, well, we'll do a raid another time. But, Lysagris, you used to stream, but you don't stream anymore. And you're not live right now. If you were live right now, I'd totally raid your channel. But you also wouldn't be on my stream. So, alright guys, we'll see you. I'll chat with you on Discord. And, good night, Wraith. Thank you for playing and staying up a little later for us.
Alright. Night, guys. See you next week. Alright, bye.